Yo, this is Nathan Schmidt with Earl Oil & Company. A remote start for your vehicle is a necessity on those cold winter mornings or hot summer afternoons because you can start your vehicle and control the temperature before ever climbing in. Today we're going to install and tell you all about Klein's Remote Start for the Jeep JK. So let's check it out. Kleinn is well known in the industry for their super loud air horns, and they've got a new product out, which is their aftermarket remote start kits. So let's go ahead and unbox this and show you how to install it on this 2016 Jeep JK. All right, so we have our Kleinn kit here. This specific kit fits the 07 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK. This 2016 JK right here does not have a key fob to lock and unlock the doors, so this kit comes with a key fob so you can use your remote start. Let's go ahead and unbox it. First, we have the key start ignition. Then we have the T harness, the T wiring harness. This plugs into the key start ignition and then into the itemized connector that is located under the dash. We have an antenna. This transmits the signal to the key fob to start the vehicle. We have an antenna wire and the antenna connector. This connects from the antenna wire into the key start ignition. And then we have two key fobs. All right, let's go ahead and get this installed. The first step you want to do is remove this panel. So we'll go ahead and snap it out of there. Now that that panel is removed, we're going to remove this panel that's underneath the steering wheel. And there's 3 screws. One up in here, one here, and one here. All right, we got our 3rd screw out of there. So we'll go ahead and pop this panel off, like so. All right, now we got the bottom panel off under the steering wheel, and that was pretty simple. This is the 2016 model. Now on the 2017 model, you will have to pry a little bit to get it off because it's got a little lip that sticks up behind the steering wheel. Just a little note, just a little side note to remember. Now it's time to get the key start ignition installed. Let's move on to the next step. Now we got to locate the immobilizer connector, which is right under the key cylinder where you put your ignition key in, right under here. It's this box right here. We're going to go ahead and unplug that, but be very careful because it is fragile and it can break. All right, once you get it disconnected, this is where the male end of your T connector will plug into. Now we have our T harness right here. We're going to plug the male in into the immobilizer. Now we'll plug our female in into the original plug, like so. Before we plug the T harness in the key start ignition to program the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and run the antenna through the dash and down the A pillar so we can get a good signal to the key fobs. So I ran the antenna cord up through the bottom and out where the steering column's at. Now we can go ahead and connect it into the T harness and then the T harness into the ignition starter, and then we're going to program it. So the antenna cable is going to plug into the antenna connector. All right, so we plug the blue connector into the antenna cable, and now we have this black female 4-prong. This is going to plug in to the T harness. Now that we have our antenna cable connected to our antenna wiring, we're going to plug this into our T harness. Now on our T harness, there's a separate set of wires that have a sticker that say for optional external controller. This is what we're going to plug our antenna wires into. So there's a black female port on here. We're going to plug this male into it. Now our antenna is wired to our T connector. So on our antenna wiring, we need to isolate these 2 wires that are exposed. So we're going to take our electrical tape, and we're going to put a little tape around them. Now that we've got our wires taped up, we're going to go ahead and connect the key start ignition and get it programmed. Okay, on your T harness there's a 4-way black prong that's supposed to plug into the key start ignition. This is for when you do not have an external antenna and key fob that you're having added onto it. If you already have a key fob with a push start, you will use this one. But if you don't and you're adding the antenna, you're going to use this other 4-way black prong. So we're going to go ahead and start programming the unit. Connect the 4-pin data link harness, the black connector. The lights will flash, and then you want to release the programming button when the LED is blue, like so. If the LED is not solid blue, you want to disconnect the 4-pin connector and start over. Now you're going to insert the remaining connectors on here. So we get our 20-way prong. And you got your white side and your red. Just match the colors up like so. All right, the next step is to turn the key in the on position. Now the blue light should flash rapidly like so. Then turn the key in the off position. And the blue light should flash rapidly. And then you're gonna press the module button once. And the blue light will turn off. Now it is programmed. Unplug the 4-pin adapters like so. You're gonna press and hold the programming button like so. Reinsert the 4-pin adapters like so. Now we're gonna release the programming button when the LEDs are blue and red. Right there, we release like so. Now we're gonna press and hold the programming button until the blue and red LEDs turn back on. So we turn the key in the on position, and then we get a blue, yellow, and red light that stays on. You'll see up here that the antenna light is rapidly flashing. Once the antenna light is flashing, you're going to take each key fob and you're going to program them. Now that the blue, yellow, and red lights are solid, when we put the key in the on position, now we can go ahead and program our key fob. So we'll take our key fob, we're going to hold it down for 12 seconds, and this light right here on the key fob will flash. It'll go solid, and then these 3 lights will flash. That'll tell you that the fob's programmed. All right, our programmers are programmed. Go ahead and turn the key off, pull it out. Let's go ahead and test it out, see if we got it working right. Okay, now that we've installed and programmed the antenna and the programmer, let's go ahead and test the remote start out and see if it works. So all you gotta do is hold the key fob down for 3 seconds, and it should start up. Woohoo, we did it! Congratulations, everyone. Thanks for watching today as we installed and spotlighted Klein's plug-and-play remote start kit on this 2016 Jeep JK. It was a pretty easy install, and with the tips we gave you, it should be a breeze. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to tune in all the time for truck-related products like this.